Okay, let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today into the world of video editing software. Specifically, two of the giants, Filmora and PowerDirector. Now, millions of creators are trying to choose between them, but the sources we have reveal that their pricing structures are far from straightforward. Our mission is to really analyze these marketing claims and get to the true cost.
And what's so fascinating here is how that appeal of a one-time purchase often disguises what is, an inevitable subscription ecosystem.
Right.
We really have to look beyond the initial price tag. You see 50 bucks for one, 140 for the other, and examine the fine print, especially around updates and support. That's where it all changes.
So let's start with Filmora. It markets itself as super beginner-friendly, perfect for YouTube clips, social media stuff. It has
Yeah.
all these features like 950 transitions, motion tracking, AI tools, all drag and drop simple. And the sources note its perpetual license is like a really appealing $49.99.
And here's where it gets really interesting. While Filmora scores highly, I think it was a 9.2 for ease of use versus PowerDirector's 8.6, that low entry price has a major limitation.
Okay.
That $50 perpetual license. It only covers the current version.
Oh.
So when a major update launches, say Filmora 15, that purchase you made becomes, well, effectively worthless if you want any of the new features.
Wait, so the ease of use, which genuinely helps beginners make decent stuff fast, is countered by the fact you're buying into a guaranteed
Yeah.
a forced upgrade path.
That's it, exactly. And you will want to upgrade because the sources also point out that the more advanced features are frustratingly limited in that cheaper tier.
So you're saying for anyone who's serious, they should probably budget at least double the advertised price from the start.
Easily. Now, PowerDirector takes a slightly different approach.
Oh.
It's also, I'd say, equally restrictive. It has these higher priced lifetime licenses. Ultra is about 100 bucks. Ultimate is 140. But the critical detail the sources uncovered is that lifetime only guarantees support for 3 years.
3 years. So what does that mean for you, the listener, who wants longevity from their software?
Well, after 3 years, you lose all support. No bug fixes. And this is the big one. No support for new formats.
Okay.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, PowerDirector is stronger for pros, right? People with complex timelines, multicam projects.
Yeah, that's their whole market.
Exactly. So for those users, losing support is a huge risk. It basically forces them to consider the subscription model just to keep the software functional and secure.
So let's bring it all together for the consumer. What's the bottom line here? It sounds like Filmora wins on usability for basic social media, but its model is sort of a hidden upgrade cycle.
It is, and PowerDirector promises you lifetime ownership for a premium price, but really it only delivers 3 years of usable support. Ultimately, neither option escapes that subscription pressure. But I will say, the sources suggest PowerDirector's 365 subscription, it's around $75 a year, at least feels a bit more honest. You get everything, no surprise charges. It just forces you to actively think about what you're buying. Are you buying ownership or are you just buying access?
This deep dive really reveals that, consumer transparency in software means you have to investigate the entire life cycle of a license, not just the sticker price.
Critical thinking is so essential here. We hope this helped you avoid some buyer's remorse by clarifying the difference between perpetual access and perpetual support.
And a final provocative thought for you to take away. If you're forced to upgrade every few years just to maintain basic functionality, is there truly any software product left that operates outside of a subscription ecosystem? Keep questioning everything.